Okay, so first OBS disconnected, and then my internet just disconnected out of nowhere, and it wouldn't come back for like a couple minutes, so... sorry about that. Unfortunately, I don't think there's really anything I could do about it, because this is how the internet at my parents' house is. The only good news about all that is, well, I was able to do like quite a bit more on the Chocobo sprite whilst the stream was gone, which is not the best news that could have resulted from it, but hey, I mean, it's something. Right. Shouldn't be using that. Okay. Yeah, I got to use magic against them. Oh wait, he's got... Right, I need to train up his drain. So he can just drain health from anything. And I need to train up her holy. And his holy. And Ricard, you just don't have any magic, so you just stab him with your spears. For those who weren't here on Sunday when I mentioned this, the poll to decide the 200th playthrough did end on Sunday, and the winning game was Kingdom Hearts. So I'm going to start getting things ready for that, because I mean I already have like almost all the Kingdom Hearts games, except for the ones that aren't like part of the PS4 collection. But I am going to get started. There's a couple extra things I want to do to celebrate reaching 200 playthroughs on channel. And because it's Kingdom Hearts that won, those extra things are going to be Kingdom Hearts flavored. I use these remaining potions to heal you up. There. Well, that's a boss. Okay, Basilisk goes to means they can probably turn us to stone if we're not careful. Which I am not being right now. So someone's probably going to be turned to stone in a little bit. Oh, no. We killed 3 of them already. Yeah, that's 3 of them already dead. Okay. Huh, I thought that would be the... Let's go. Okay. It's gotta be either that door near the bottom right, or the door near the top right. Nope. Okay. Okay, it's not here, so it's got to be that door near the top right. There. Actually, it'll probably be just a full, like, all the way across. Okay, right, that's... So yeah, it's gotta be... Oh wait, there is a door to the top left that it could be. Well, I'll check the door to the top right first. have. There, okay. Yeah, just normal attacks on the basilisk I think will work. 1, 2, 3 and a half. Okay, yeah. Okay, there we go. And let's see how it looks when they walk. Now again, I will admit, I did just take really... I wanted to first do this with a simpler sprite. I wanted to try and recreate and like enhance a simpler Final Fantasy sprite. So I did really just take like the classic Chocobo from Final Fantasy V. This classic sprite. And I just upscaled it and like added a bit more shading onto it. And also like changed it up a little, changed the shading on it. But I wanted to start with a simple project. And playing all these Final Fantasy games has made me interested in like seeing if I could replicate Final Fantasy, like the old Final Fantasy sprite style. Okay, I think this color being black here works because that's basically the shadow. Let's check. That's the shadow beneath the Chocobo. I might go ahead and start another Chocobo, because the next one I wanted to do was see if I really just do like all 4 sides of the Chocobo. So the next one would be this like the tiny Chocobo from the front. And as far as could just flip this to get Chocobo from the right. Okay, no, it's not that one, so it's got to be the top left door. See if I can... Okay, so this should be... Let me check the size on this. That's 112 by 112. That's the size I set it at. I wonder if I could add a little bit more shading to it. Oh wait, I need to shade the beak. That's right. The beak and then... Yeah, just, I think the beak. There. Okay, not that. There. Kind of just... Yeah, it's basically the entire beak shaded. Okay, no, I see what I did. I chose the wrong color to base off. Should have chosen this color. There we go. That should look a bit better. Okay, there's the third one of these guys. I'm not... Okay, they're probably... I'm guessing they're probably lightning, because it's fire, ice, and then lightning. That's like the three iconic Final Fantasy elements. You made good progress, but you must defeat me if you wish to continue your ascent. Okay, Thunder Gigas. We'll just try normal attacks for now. Okay, those aren't doing much. We'll have to switch over to Magic. So let's first try Fire. I'll have you try Blizzard. It's gotta be likely Fire or Blizzard. Okay, that's 191, so not really that much. 246, that's not really that much. Just 4, okay, not really that much. Well, I could just have... Let me have him use Drain. Her cast Holy. And try Blizzard again. Oh, Ricard died. I don't actually like... Okay. Try. So we got. First things first, let's bring back Ricard. Next, let me have her use Holy again. I'll have him use Cure on all of us. Oh, he did it too early. Guess no, is it? Let me try. Okay, I guess he needs to improve his Holy, so I'll have him use that. Have her use Blizzard, Fire. You need to heal him. Oh, there we go. So, is there a fourth element we're going to have to deal with, or is that it? Well, first, let me just heal everybody up. Okay, that's all the potions. Now on the high potions, I should have... Okay, 94 left, so... More skeletons. Okay. Even the enemy types have kind of lost... I mean, kind of stopped being interesting, which is shocking for a Final Fantasy game. Because I fought like 8 variations of the same skeletons, chimeras, and giants for like every level I've gone through. Yeah, I think that works a little bit better. Let me actually change the color of the eye. Yeah, that'll kind of make it stand out. There we go. Okay. There's like multiple doors here. Nothing in here. Besides monsters. Just more monsters. So, because I started a bit late, I'm gonna go till about 9 p.m. today, and then I'll be back with more God Hand on Thursday. And I'll be... Yeah, and Sunday should be more XCOM 2. Now, Sunday is Mother's Day, and I am going to be celebrating Mother's Day with the family, so I might have to change that stream start time to like 3 p.m. just to give myself enough time to celebrate Mother's Day. And then start the stream. Actually, let me take... No, okay. Let me edit the beak a little bit more. Oh, now I'm gonna do that. How's it going in there? That work looks a little better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So let me copy the same thing over here, so... Okay, nothing in this room, besides more monsters. There, okay. That looks better. I might change the color of the wing, too. But it being a different color than the rest of the body kind of helps it stand out a little bit. But... it does look a bit off with the rest of the body. So I guess let me try taking this. Now that's... I need to be able to show that it's like dark, that it's separated from the rest of the chocobo. So maybe like this. Okay, it's got to be one of these rooms. One of these rooms is where I have to go. So we just keep searching them all until I find the right one. see. Okay, I need to... That should be the same. Now that does look right. So, what color to make the wing? Okay, it's not that door. Try. Let's try it like this for right now. No, that just kind of makes the wing disappear, which isn't good. Maybe keeping it that color would be good. Nope, not that door. Okay, so I think still actually getting through this tower is going to take me the entire night, but I mean it'll be fine if I can just get through this tower. Oh, there it is. Ah, dang it. Let me actually compare. Let me compare these two. I think this looks good. Yeah, I think the chocobo looks good. I might edit of the chocobo looks good. But it does feel like maybe there's something else I need to add to it. Oh, great. Oh, you know what? Maybe... maybe change the color of the beak slightly more. Because this is a bit of a duller orange. So if I maybe make it that. It looks a bit too dull, though. Yeah, that looks a bit too... Okay. That looks a bit better. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. We've got plenty then. Right, I need to change this one up as well. Let me make it a little bit darker. Amelia, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's try making it a little bit darker. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. If you're wondering what I'm doing, so Final Fantasy II is one of the games I'm playing as part of my playthrough of all the Final Fantasy games, but it's one I very quickly lost interest in it. I'm still going to be playing through. I'm still going to be playing through the whole game, but it doesn't really have an interesting story. It doesn't have interesting gameplay. There's no interesting characters. It's very. This is very much a game that if I wasn't streaming this, I could really only see myself playing this while I'm watching another show or doing something else. So what I decided to do, in order to like keep the stream entertaining, or at least I hope this is entertaining, is I decided I would kind of set something up where I'm like working on sprite art while also playing the game. So I have two windows set up above each other, and I'm editing this, and I'm taking this classic Final Fantasy Chocobo sprite and like doing and basically upscaling it in my own style. To see how it looks. Because that is one thing, is me playing through all these Final Fantasies, I've really gotten interested in like trying to do my own take on like the Final Fantasy like classic pixel art style. I mean, it says, still alive, lol you. Also still alive. Been dealing with internet problems, ever since the stream started. Internet was working fine earlier today, but then started the stream and suddenly problems. Well, let me take a look at... Amelia says, oof, well, farewell. Hopefully the internet chills. Yeah, it's one of those problems I'm just gonna have to keep dealing with while I'm living with my parents. Once I can get out of here, then hopefully won't have to deal with it. It hopefully won't be as big a problem. You know, I've heard of dragons being like, you know, I know dragons really like their hoards of treasure, but I've never heard of one just making their home in a hoard of treasure. I'm a little surprised I haven't seen that. Now that it's been mentioned, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm actually kind of shocked that there isn't like a dragon who's made their house just a giant treasure chest full of treasure. Yeah, they're fine. Except for Ricard, but he's never going to be fine as long as he hang out with these guys. Okay, so let me try this. Let me see if... No, that's a bit too gold. Yeah, that's a bit too gold. Let me try... That doesn't really look any different either. Okay, wait, no. That's very different. That's not the color I selected. I wish I could kind of zoom in on... I wish I could zoom in on the color palettes. Okay, more basilisks. Nope, that doesn't look good. How about... That really just looks the exact same. Yeah, that doesn't look any different at all. Yeah, it looks too much like a very dull gold, which is not the color I'd want to give a chocobo. I'd want to make that I want to make a chocobo like really bright yellow. I mean, because it's a giant chicken. I guess this'll do. Oh wait, no. Okay, how about this? That doesn't really look any different either. I guess maybe I should just use the stock normal yellow. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's see if I can try making this a little bit darker. That doesn't really look any different. I guess this is as good as I'm gonna get it. Yeah, because I feel like if I'm drawing a chocobo, if I'm making a chocobo, then the main color on their fur should not just be yellow, but like the yellow that nobody likes using. the really bright yellow that you try and use it on, like, that anytime you try and like use it on, if you were to try and write with it on a white sheet of paper, it wouldn't show up because it's so dang bright. That's the kind of yellow I feel you'd want for a chocobo. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, let me... I guess... Yeah, let me fill in these so it is slightly different. Oh, for those asking, like, how things going. So I also started trying out... I've started testing out games for a potential Donathon Arc 3 in case I manage to beat XCOM 2. Or in case I manage to beat XCOM 2 with some lives remaining. And, if Donathon Arc 3 does happen, then there are a couple of interesting ideas I've come up with that I think could work. Like a fun, different way to play some of the Soulsborne games. For example, or like I mentioned on Sunday, maybe doing like a Pokemon, like for doing a Nuzlocke run of a Pokemon game for the first time, but it's of a Pokemon randomizer. One game I did try because I thought, oh, this could work because this game's pretty difficult. Was I tried out like The Forest and Sons of the Forest to be like, okay, well, maybe this could be a game where this could be a game. Maybe like these games are pretty difficult, so maybe these are games that I could use for this like sort of challenge. This challenge where I have a limited number of lives. But then while playing The Forest and Sons of the Forest, I realized like as much fun as I have playing those games, I don't like the idea of having to restart my entire playthrough. Restarting my entire playthrough and like losing all the cool stuff I picked up. like last night in the forest, last night in the forest, while playing Sons of the Forest, I just laid out all the stuff I had, and I took a look at the cool machete I'd gotten, and like the explosive arrows that I managed to make, and all this other like gear and like items that I managed to pick up, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, there's no way I could restart this game and lose out on all this stuff and have to go pick it up again. Like, it would be really fun to start over. It would be really fun to start over, but I'm realizing while playing that game that Sons of the Forest is one of those games that does. There's a couple of games that like. Sons of the Forest is doing the thing, which is one of the reasons why I really like Skyrim, despite the problems with it, and why I really like Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4, despite the problems with some of those games. And that is, it activate all those Bethesda games I just mentioned, all those open world Bethesda games I just mentioned, and Sons of the Forest, and the Forest and Sons of the Forest. They activate the part of my brain that likes to hoard stuff. Like, if I had like tons of money, like plenty, like if I was rich, I'd hope that I would use that money. I would use that money well, but I am certain that I wouldn't fully use it well, because I'm certain that what would happen is I would get, if I was rich enough to afford buying a house, I would still get a smaller house, because that would mean that there'd be less area to clean. But I would get a house big enough to where I could just put a bunch of anime figures and video game figures in it. Like, I have so many like amiibo and anime figures and model kits and Kamen Rider model kits and like video game figures that I would love to get, but there's no way I could get them, because even when I was at the house I was previously at, I just didn't have enough room for them. But if I wasn't limited by money or space, yeah, I would be like, I'd have like an entire back wall just filled with an entire back wall and side walls just filled with anime and video game figures and model kits. I would probably have it like one per wall. Like, one wall would be the anime figure wall, another wall would be the video game figure wall, a third wall would be the amiibo wall, and the fourth wall would be the model kits wall. Like, I would have them separated. I would have them just like they would each have their own sections of the room.